Hi everybody, imagine a world where you cannot govern your people because you have a physical disability. Sadly, this was the case in Ireland between the 8th century and the 17th century, when Ireland was governed by its own legal system called the Brehon Laws. Hi everybody, my name is Lysaght. I'm a disability expert with over 10 years experience in the disability sector. In last week's video, we talked about the Brehon Laws and how they impacted people with mental health difficulties. So if you want to find out more about that, I highly recommend that you check out my last week's video, linked up here. And if you like this video, please hit the like and subscribe button down below. In today's video though, we're going to talk about how the Brehon Laws impacted people with disabilities in general. Today's video will be structured into three parts. Firstly, the terms that were used to describe the different disabilities. Secondly, the laws that affect people with these disabilities. And then thirdly, my comments on these laws. The first term is known as animal. And when you translate the word animal, it translates into silent or mute or a person who doesn't speak. The next term that you had back in the Brehon Laws, Talmadic, and basically the origin of that word translates into ground, and the whole word translates into someone falling to the ground. And the disability that they were referring to, and as what we would know now in the modern sense, is people with epilepsy. And then finally, the final term is a word called S-term. So what S-term translates into is someone whose sense has departed. And basically what the modern equivalent of that, as we would know now, is someone who has Alzheimer's or dementia, other conditions generally associated to people who are aging. So as you can see, back in the 8th to 17th century, the Irish law did cover a variety of disabilities. As you will see in the next section, we will talk about the actual laws that related to these different disabilities. So, let's talk about them. Well, firstly, the Brehon Laws stated that people with physical disabilities may have limited capacity or legal responsibility. And an example of this, if a woman has a lame hand, she is not responsible for rearing her child. And the next law that governed people who were able, who stated that people who were able or had selective mutism, as we would know it now, cannot be disdained, which means that they cannot be subjected to the seizure of property if they owe money. And it is the duty of the plaintiff to go to the guardian of the person who is able for the debt. And the next law related to people with Talmadic. And what is stated that epileptics were competent if they were of sound mind. And when during seizures, their guardian has to look after them to make sure they don't hurt themselves or hurt others. Next up is a good law. It states that the mocking of disabilities such as epilepsy, leprosy, blind men who are blind, men who are deaf, and men who are lame is subjected to a heavy fine. And that law states that people of unsound mind cannot be exploited, neither can they enter contracts. And finally, another law states that if a man impregnates a mare, a lady who is of deranged or of unsound mind, but is not a danger to society, it is a man's duty to take responsibility of that child. So, those are a selection of the laws that govern people with disabilities under the Brehon Laws. So, what do I think of these laws? I think they're a mixed bag of good and bad, well intentioned, but I do have a few points, particularly defining. My issue with that is it only talks about men who are blind, men who are deaf, not women. So was it okay to mock women? And secondly, it also talks about physical disability. It doesn't say people with intellectual disabilities or mental health conditions. So was that allowed? My next concern concerns the last law in regard to the impregnating of women of unsound mind. While it did that, the responsibility is put on the man, and that's right, it does not protect the fundamentality of the woman in the first place. So, I hope you found that interesting. If you like the video, please like and subscribe, and thanks very much for watching, and let me know what you think in the future. Talk to you soon. Bye.